Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me. For those of you who don't know, my name is Samson, and in today's video, oh boy, we got another good one for you. We have a 2005 Ford GT. Now, many of you may not know, the Ford GT is Ford's version of the American supercar. You do have extremely exotic car styling, along with a very nice performance record to go with that styling. They only made this car for a few model years. It went away for a while, and then it came back late 2019. I'll have to go back and look. However, this is one of the highest performance cars you can get from Ford. So we're going to go over some of the specs and details on it, give you guys some of the features, and let you decide if this is America's supercar or not. But just like that, let's get into it. Now, this is the owner's car, so it's hard. We won't be able to get inside of the car today, but we can still go over some of these exterior styling features. Coming to the front, you can see you do get this extremely low front bumper. You do have a front splitter right here along the front of the car, giving it a little bit more downforce. You do get your Ford badge front and center, as well as these white racing stripes. You do get a very large opening in this front to help cool the radiator. This version does come with a tow hook right there for whenever the owner does want to track it. You can see in the headlights, very unique and iconic with the GT. You do get that 100 sort of styling feature that comes with these headlights, paying homage to the amount of time that Ford had been in production making vehicles. You do get, coming up to this front hood area, it is a rear engine car. Coming to this front hood area, you do have these heat extractors that bring air up from that radiator up over the hood. It does cut down on some of that front trunk space that you have. However, nonetheless, it does look absolutely awesome. You do get a bit of a intake right here in the front. You do get a very for a supercar, steep roof, but you do also get a very low car as well. Coming up, standing beside the car, it's hard for you guys to see, but it is at my hip. Now, I'm 6'5", so this car is extremely low. You do get on the top with the actual door setup, it is cut out of the ceiling. So one issue that folks were having trying to get into these cars, it's hard to get in, especially when you're tall, because the door does come out. You have to make sure that you don't get decapitated when you're trying to close the door. Coming around to this front wheel and tire setup, this particular example does have the stock wheels. It does not have the stock tires, but it does have the stock wheels. We're talking 18-inch rims with 235 width on the front. Very nice design and styling on these wheels. You do have the Ford GT sticker going along the side of the car, as well as this side seal right here on the bottom, giving it just a little bit more performance and aesthetic appeal. You do get these very uniquely shaped side view mirrors. They are almost like a triangle in a sense. Very nice design, very unique design. Don't know any other vehicles that have that design to their side view mirrors. Coming around to the back of the vehicle, you do have these intakes to help bring air from the front of the car along the side and up into that engine bay to help give you a little bit more performance. You also have these ducts in the back, again, bringing air to that engine. The newer Ford GT does have what they call the flying buttresses, which is a bit of an opening that allows air to go through it and also come in to help cool off the car and bring more air into that motor area. Coming down to the back, you have extremely wide wheels and tires. You do get the same stock setup. Love this brushed aluminum look, but you get 19-inch rims and 315 on the width to help you put all that power down to the ground, as well as these extremely wide hips, giving you all the girth that you may need up and around the back of this car. You do have these rear heat extractors to help bring hot air from out of the engine. Love the spec on this one. It's black with the gray. Very nice spec. You do have these circular rear-mounted taillights with the reverse light in the center. Very nice design. Reminds me almost of the Ferrari 458 with those circular taillights. Love this design. You do get this rear grille to help bring heat out of that engine bay, as well as this center mounted exhaust. Wish they had did something a little bit more with the exhaust tips in order to give it just a little bit more flair. However, I'm sure it sounds insane. You can see this car does also come with a rear diffuser, which helps keep the lift down, brings out the air, channels it from the underneath of the car, helping you have just that much more confidence on the track and get better lap times when you decide to go on the track. And looking at the rear of this car, just very, very girthy, very wide. I absolutely love this beautiful setup. Like I mentioned, the engine is mounted in the rear of this car. Under the hood, I guess you would say, you do have a 5.4 liter supercharged V8 pushing out right around 550 horsepower, 500 pound-feet of torque. It is a gas guzzler. You're looking at right around 13 miles per gallon in the city, 21 on the highway. It does weigh almost 3,500 pounds, and it is mated to a 6-speed manual transmission. Absolutely love the look of that supercharger. And I can tell you, just from sitting here looking at it, it is an absolutely gorgeous car. You still do get the Ford Performance blue. You know, anytime you see those blue valve covers, it means business under the hood. We're going to try to look on the inside here real quick, guys. You can see the manual transmission. One big thing about the Ford GT, especially with the seats, these seats were very controversial with the little circular cutouts that they have. A lot of folks talked about how the seats were not very comfortable to sit in, especially over a long period of time. You can see they are heavily bolstered, so they do keep you in place whenever you are going around the track or trying to take a corner at speed. You can see you do have this nice aluminum trim in the center, as well as a parking brake wrapped in aluminum and in leather. Very, very nice setup. Coming around to the driver's side, you guys can see the seat just a little bit better with the circular holes in it. You can see, kind of see, for the actual wheel right there, you do have Ford GT for the center of your steering wheel, as well as being wrapped in leather. Wish it was a flat bottom, would have looked a whole lot better as a flat bottom. You can see that the dash is focused towards the driver. You do have your gauges right there all the way across the dash. You have your tachometer over here, as well as your speedometer on that side, and other gauges for telling your oil pressure and things such as that. You do have, like I mentioned, your controls for your AC and stuff down here in the bottom, but overall a very simplistic and nice interior. And just like that, guys, that is a review of the 2005 Ford GT. Like I said, America's supercar, at least America's first supercar in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think about this car. Is this something that you would get? Is this something that you can see yourself buying? What was your favorite feature about the car? But just like that, guys, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.